Good morning and welcome to the Mayor's Weekly News Conference. This week's agenda is an introduction to A Summer of Hope, an update on Erie Refocused and next steps, an announcement about a multi-municipal collaboration grant, and some colorful announcements regarding this Saturday's Pride Fest. Mayor?
Thank you, Renee, and we're very excited this morning. Good morning, everyone, first of all. I'm very excited to introduce to you the two mayors for a day that are here with us in the room. I'd ask Case and Paul Pelskowski to please stand up and say hi to everybody.
Hi.
Mayors for the day. You'll notice they even have their mayor's badges on as they walk around City Hall, so people know. Again, good morning. We're very excited this morning to announce a new initiative called the Summer of Hope. We're going to discuss also our next steps in Erie Refocused and how they're actually going to become part of the Summer of Hope moving forward. Over the last 18 months, I've made it my personal mission to build opportunity, restore hope, and transform Erie. As we've listened to neighborhood groups and residents, the importance of this mission has just become clearer and clearer to all of us in the mayor's office. So, in a conversation with Marcus Atkinson a month or so ago, Marcus, of course, is from Serve Erie, and others also who are planning summer events were part of the conversations. We decided to partner together and create this hashtag Summer of Hope. Part of that Summer of Hope will be our Erie Refocused door-to-door effort to reach residents who have not been part of the community conversations. We want to learn their priorities for their neighborhoods as well. Here with us today to further explain this Summer of Hope are Kathy Rosdick, our City Planning Director, and Marcus Atkinson, Executive Director of Serve Erie. First, I'd like to ask Kathy to come up and say a few words. Kathy, we'll get these turned around for Kathy.
Good morning. I apologize in advance. I have a lot to go over. I'll try to make it as brief as I possibly can. Some more information are on the boards that you have in front of you, talking a little bit about the Summer of Hope and updates to our community outreach called Community Conversations. I'd like to first give you an update on the community conversations. These were meetings held throughout April and May, and this board here really sums up some of the outcomes of those meetings. In total, 17 discussions were held by the mayor's administration throughout the city to hear about what gave people hope about the future of the city and what they were concerned most with that might be limiting our progress. We took this opportunity to explain Erie Refocused and the next steps for our neighborhoods. This was our time to listen, learn, and discuss with each other critical issues and opportunities in our community. In total, over 400 people from all ages and backgrounds attended these meetings. We took their input and will be incorporating it into our neighborhood planning work that I will be discussing next. The city and the Erie Public School District, in an unparalleled unification of efforts, held 3 joint community conversations. This provided each of us an important opportunity to hear perspectives about what our organizations can do to help each other. From those conversations, the city will work with the school district to create a youth council that we will use to advise us on what our young people need to understand that there are opportunities in Erie, and also to find out how best to communicate with this group of very important people in our population. We will also continue to work with the school district as they begin to implement their recently completed strategic plan. I have to admit that this outreach initiative was difficult. The schedule was sometimes grueling, and occasionally discussions became impassioned. But it was worth the time and effort. We all came away with a profound sense of the great things this city and its people want for themselves and their families. Passion simply means that there is still hope that we can become the city we all envision. Now a little bit more about the Summer of Hope initiative. This is an initiative that is about working together to strengthen our neighborhoods and our community as a whole. It is a locally based strategy that will help prop up one of Erie's most challenged neighborhoods, referred to in the Erie Refocused Plan as the East Bayfront Neighborhood Planning Area. This effort will result in a neighborhood strategic plan for this area that the city and its partners will use to deploy our resources and seek funding to achieve the recommendations of that plan. The plan will be built from the bottom up with significant input and guidance from those most affected by poor conditions existing in this neighborhood. It is critical that this be led by the people and places within Eastside. They are the ones who know their neighborhood and the daily challenges that need to be addressed in order to help create a stability for an important area within the core of the city. This also is one of the key recommendations of Erie Refocused and specifically called for in the Erie Refocused 5-year action plan, which was completed just 1 year ago. With the Summer of Hope campaign, the city will have succeeded in initiating over 70% of the recommendations of that 5-year plan. This all within, like I said, the first year of that plan being completed. We are off to an amazing start, and we should be proud of what we have accomplished working together. The Summer of Hope core planning team includes numerous staff from City Hall working with the Erie Redevelopment Authority, Erie Neighborhood Growth Partnership, the neighborhood organizations of BEST, Serve Erie, Eastside Eagles, and Snoops to develop a plan and ensure that it is achieving our goals. Summer of Hope is a fitting slogan since this is the beginning of a new era for the city, with a dedication to collaborative decisions and working with intention to help improve our community. The planned study area will include the portion of the city east of State and Holland Streets, north of East 15th Street, and bounded by the Bayfront Parkway. Initiatives will start in July with a focus on listening and learning from residents, community members, and businesses. Door-to-door canvassing will begin on July 5th and run through the end of the month. We will be surveying residents to get feedback on priority improvements on a block-by-block and neighborhood-wide basis. Focus group meetings will also be held with businesses, faith-based organizations, and landlords to explore issues unique to their interest. Planning team representatives will be out at food pantries and youth summer programs to talk to people and families who live in the area and use these services. In August, events to help bring the community together will be hosted by Serve Erie and other neighborhood partners, which Marcus Atkins will discuss in more detail in a moment. A business summit will be hosted by the city and its economic development partners in September for business owners or those wanting to start a business in Eastside. And all planning work should be finalized by October. The East Bayfront Neighborhood Plan, which is part of our Summer of Hope campaign, is designed to identify specific steps, funding, and partners that are needed to address the highest priorities of this area of the city. This initiative will also become a model for neighborhood planning that the city will use to address other areas within our community. We know we have to start somewhere, and this area of the core of our city was the best place to begin our efforts. We will begin in other neighborhoods at the conclusion of this initiative. Updates on the progress of the plan and information about events will be available on the city's website and through the city's social media platforms, as well as communicated through the core team partners. Calls for volunteers to help. This is going to be a big initiative, so you will get, if you're interested, we will ask for your help. But calls are being sent out through to help with canvassing and surveying and other efforts through BEST, Serve Erie, Snoops, and Eastside Eagles. Anyone who is active with those organizations or would like to participate are encouraged to help out. We also ask that residents and property owners please spend a few minutes and complete the survey. It will be available from our door-to-door campaign, online, and through hard copies, which can be picked up at the offices of BEST, Snoops, and Serve Erie. This is a big lift for everyone involved and will take all of us to make it as successful as we can. Thank you very much. We do have a board that shows the schedule of events as well. If you'd like a little more information, also remember hashtag Summer of Hope. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Kathy, and thanks for the great work you're doing moving the plan forward. Really appreciate that. I'm very excited about the upcoming door-to-door initiative. As I think most of you know, I got to about 6,000 doors last year, and that initiative really reinforced for me how great the people of Erie are. I'm really looking forward to the Erie Refocused door-to-door in July. And if anyone that wants to volunteer, you may be able to go door to door with the mayor, because I'll be looking for a partner to go with me on my door to door as well. It's a great opportunity for us to receive input directly from the residents and make sure the city's transformation creates an Erie that future generations will love. And we're intentionally starting on the east side because that's where most of our low to moderate income is, most of our blight is. We want to start transforming Erie on the east side. Next, I'd like to bring up Marcus Atkinson to tell us a little bit more about Serve Erie, what he's doing there, what's going to be taking place in August as part of the Summer of Hope. Marcus?
First of all, I'd like to thank all three of the mayors today. You know, it's always a special occasion when our children are present because it makes us ever mindful of why we do the things that we do. So if we can give it up again for our mayors of the day. I'm so proud to be a part of this initiative, this Summer of Hope initiative. You know, if you don't know very much about Serve Erie's territory that we have dedicated ourselves to, in conjunction with the East Side Eagles, it is right there between Snoops and the East and Best, Bayfront East Side Task Force, 6th to 12th Wayne to Holland. And you know, we received a great deal of hope from looking at the work that has been done in that area for so many years. We looked at the work of Steve Simmelcare and the East Side Eagles, and that gave us hope. We looked at the work of climate changers, and that gave us hope. The work of Piper Burley with the kids in that area, MCRC, New Life in Spirit, Bishop Curtis Jones Sr. So much good was going on in the area that we thought it was an honor to come in and be a part of this. When we first landed in this area, we went door to door, and not as extensive as we plan on going with the mayor, but we went door to door just to kind of ascertain the needs and to hear the hearts of people in that area. One thing we found out very quickly, although there's a great deal of blight and it has its fair share of problems, the soul of that community is 100% intact, 100%. And we found very engaging people. We heard some very compelling narratives. And it reinforced the reasons that we chose to serve this area in the first place. Summer of Hope gives us an opportunity to outwardly express that in conjunction with the mayor's administration, and we're looking forward to that, to hear more information from the constituents, how they feel, what they want to see from Erie, and just to affirm for them that this is in fact all of our community. We're interested in the voices of everyone in this community. To finish out the Summer of Hope in the month of August, I encourage you to go to serveerie.com. You'll see several initiatives for every weekend that month. You'll see from August 2nd through the 4th, we'll kick that off with our initiative at Piper Burley and the Booker T. We've been known to have summer projects. We did Lincoln Elementary 2 summers ago. We did Erie High. Last summer, we look forward to refurbishing and doing work on Piper Burley to include a brand new library. We're looking forward to that. And to do some much needed repairs on the Booker T. Washington Center to honor the work that they've done in their community for so many years. For the following weekends, you'll see us take part in the Community Carnival for National Night Out. You'll see us partner up with Convoy of Hope that goes from city to city throughout the country, offering hope to residents via a host of community services. And last but not least, Michael Making Lives Better, his annual free haircut day. We partner with all of these organizations to finish out the Summer of Hope, to give that last boost of hope and service to our neighbors. So we want to thank the mayor for launching this initiative, allowing us to be a part of it. And we love Erie. We love everything that we've seen from the administration so far, and we're proud of this initiative. Thank you so much. Hopefully we'll see you as a volunteer, as a part of this over the next couple of weeks.
Thank you very much, Marcus. We love what you're doing in Erie as well. Thank you for everything you do. I always look forward to helping out on Serve Erie projects, and this year will be no exception. My staff and I will definitely be involved in both Piper Burley and Booker T. Washington Center, helping with those renovations.
Here, here.
It's very fulfilling to be part of something with hundreds of people where we're all collaborating, working on the same thing. And there'll be people from every ethnic heritage, every racial background, every sexual preference will be there. Everyone will be working together for something that's good. I'm also looking forward to the National Night Out. I'll get to as many of those celebrations around town as possible as well. Next, our second item is I'm very pleased to announce that the City of Erie and Mill Creek Township were awarded the Multi-Municipal Collaboration Grant from ECRA in the amount of $28,000. You know, I for one, when I cross Pittsburgh Avenue, I never think, oh, I just left Erie, I'm now in Mill Creek. To me, we're all one regional community, and the more we can work together and collaborate, the better it is. This grant that I'm speaking about will be used to fund capacity building by bringing in the National Development Council, or NDC for short. And what they do is they provide technical assistance and professional training for staff of the city and Mill Creek, as well as our economic development partners. The goal is to better understand the tools and programs that should be in place for our economic agenda. Two tools that we're particularly interested in learning more about are the opportunity zones and the new market tax credits. The NDC will work to increase the flow of capital for investment in low-income communities. NDC directs capital to support the development and preservation of affordable housing, the creation of jobs through training and small business lending, and the advancement of livable communities through investment in social infrastructures. We believe that this training and technical advice will also benefit the EDDC, the Erie Regional Chamber and Growth Partnership, and Erie City and County Redevelopment Authorities, and other developers and lead team members throughout the community. The two two-day trainings will take place in September and October, with one in Erie and one in Mill Creek. The ideal class size is between 20 to 35 and will include internal staff members, economic development partners, and banking partners. The city and Mill Creek will work together to identify the list of attendees. A portion of this funding also includes 12 NDC training courses on economic development, housing development, and professional development courses. I'd like to thank Kerry Wood and the board of ECRA for recognizing the value of collaboration, cooperation, and all of us working together in professional development courses. Now I'd like to turn the podium over to Mill Creek Supervisor John Morgan to share his perspective on this.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I'm joined today by our Director of Planning and Development, Mr. Matthew Waldinger, as well. I want to stress something. This might sound kind of odd, but this is a very small thing. This is a very small and easy thing. But the big news is that it's small and easy, and we've never done it before. Working together, Mill Creek Township and City of Erie, to create, for joint training for our staff, to create joint priorities for economic development and planning is a new thing. And it's a small thing, but it's part of a much bigger change that we've seen just in the last 6 months under the leadership of Mayor Schember, and we certainly appreciate it. And I can say, as the youngest local elected official in the region, in Erie County at least, I have never felt the level of positivity, of optimism, of energy, of hope in our community as I have right now under Joe's leadership. And it's not, obviously it's not just Joe. There are a lot of exciting things happening in our community, a lot of great work being done. But I think we can all agree, especially under the leadership of Mayor Schember, that those great separate things have been brought together, both within the city of Erie and in the region, bringing us here today to talk with you, for example. And it's not just Joe, he'll tell you that, but it's the exceptional team that he's brought together to get this work done. This grant, this work is only possible because of the team Joe's assembled. And he had the foresight to recruit quite possibly the most exceptional talent in Erie County, and Kathy Rosnick, to be the first director of planning for the city. He identified folks in his existing team, like Chris Groner and Abby Skinner, to put them in positions of impact, and also recruited one of the top economic development talents in Brett Weiler to be part of this team. And I can tell you, at Mill Creek Township, we're very proud to be able to bring Matthew Waldinger as part of that team as well. Mr. Waldinger has been an indispensable leader in Embrace Mill Creek, our comprehensive plan. And he's also been working tirelessly with Ms. Rosnick to ensure that Embrace Mill Creek and Erie Refocus are plans that align, so that we can start advancing community priorities as one community instead of disparate interests. So I just want to, again, thank Mayor Schember. I want to thank his team. I want to thank Mr. Waldinger and Kerry Wood and ECRA for making this possible. And Joe, it's a very small step. We're excited to take it with you, and we are eager to see how far we can go with it. Thank you.
Have I stopped blushing yet after that? It's pretty incredible, and Matt and Kathy working together is very cool, very neat, and you mentioned you're the youngest elected official, as I think I might be the oldest one. I can also say in my lifetime I've never seen this kind of collaboration and working together and good things happening in this whole region, and we need to keep that going. So last but not least today, I'd like to make a few colorful announcements about Pride Fest. A very important part of our, and when I say our, I mean my whole team, vision for the city is that we really value the diversity that we have here in our community. I often say that I want to live in an Erie where diversity is valued by all, where the color of your skin, your ethnic heritage, your religion, your sexual preference, all of that doesn't matter. We're all in it together, and we need to continue to work together and respect each other. Our diversity is really what makes us stronger. We all bring our own perceptions, skills, talents, creativity to tackle every challenge. The more we can work together, the more successful we're going to be. The more diversity of thought, perspectives, and backgrounds, the better off we're going to be as a community. So today, we would like to make some colorful announcements with regard to the Pride Fest celebration that takes place this weekend. As you drive downtown, you'll notice a few things. First, there's a pride flag flying on the Perry Square side of City Hall. We've also painted a rainbow crosswalk on South Park Row connecting City Hall to Perry Square. That will be the path of the parade on Saturday. I want to say a special thank you to Sam Catania, and Sam is here with us, kind of way in the back behind the cameras there. Let's get Sam Catania Painting donated their services, and Sherman Williams donated the paints and material to make that crosswalk a reality. So there was no cost to the city in doing that. For those of you who are downtown at night, you will also notice and see that the fountain in Perry Square is now lit with several different colors of the rainbow. Next, I'd like to unveil for you a new temporary Rainbow City seal.
That is sweet.
You'll notice that many of us have buttons of the new Rainbow City seal on as well. I also want to thank my team, including Randy Procius in the print shop, who helped create the buttons, our Public Works Department under the leadership of Dave Mulvihill, and Dave is here somewhere too. Where are you, Dave? There he is in the back also. Thank you guys for making this happen. I want to give a special thanks to Kyle Hannon, who is the regional manager for U.S. Senator Robert Casey here in the Erie area. He helped us brainstorm and kind of come up with a lot of these ideas and put them together, so we really want to give a thanks to Carl. All these things I've described are really just symbols of our commitment to our LGBTQ family members and friends. And now what I'd like to do is turn the podium over to Alex Spoon, President of the Northwest PA Pride Alliance, to come up and tell us a little bit more about Pride Fest. Alex?
Good morning, everyone. First of all, I'd like to take the time to thank the Mayor's Office and the City of Erie for showing their support to the LGBT community. Pride has been going on in Erie now. We've had this is our 26th year of having Pride events in the City of Erie. I believe this will be our 25th or 24th Pride Festival. We're happy to say last year we had by far our biggest year, and then this year we are on track to beat that. And with having the support of the city through these very small gestures, it means a world to us, and it has been truly life-changing for a lot of us in the community. The Pride Festival will start off with a parade that is going to step off from the Zone on 18th Street at noon on Saturday, and then we are going to be in Perry Square to start our festival around 1 o'clock. We have 3 great speakers that are going to be here. We have the mayor will be one of our speakers. We have Tyler Titus, who was the first openly trans person elected to public office in the state of Pennsylvania. And we'll have a very important trans student from Mercer County who is dealing with a lot of legal battles with the help of the Pennsylvania Youth Congress. So we'll have both Jason Goodman and the trans student here to talk to our community. We also have a lot of entertainment planned, including drag performers, all local-based drag performers. We will have live bands and a fire spinner. So along with that, food truck, and over 50 vendor tables. We expect to have a very successful day Saturday, and to really show how much pride is actually in the city. So with that, I'd just like to thank, again, the mayor for allowing time for me to speak about that. Anybody is welcome. It is family friendly. All ages are encouraged to attend. And like I said, we'll be there until about 5, and there's a host of other events planned all throughout the day, all around the city. Thank you.
Thank you, Alex. Thank you, Alex. It sounds like it'll be a great day Saturday. I hope everyone will come down and join and make it the biggest ever. I'd love to see that. That concludes our press conference today. Everyone who spoke will be available for interviews afterwards. Thanks a lot. I think this might be the biggest crowd we've ever had at one of these, so thanks very much to everyone for being at it. Appreciate it. Thanks to our two mayors for the day, too.